Hello, welcome to Zgadgetreview. If you're here, thank you very much for being here before the Xbox and Bethesda games showcase for E3. There is nothing on their window going on right now, which is why you're hearing me and not the give me a moment. There we go. And not their window yet. I would have thought that it would have some sort of countdown or something like most companies do, but still says just to set a reminder. So I guess I'll be your reminder until that starts. We are let's see. Well, the Xbox Series X, I'm sure, will be available soon at some point. They did say that they will be more available around June, and we're in June, but I don't personally see anything, so I don't know. So we have about 24 minutes to go until this starts. So this is supposed to be an hour and a half, 90-minute press conference. I don't know if it's oh, there we go. I just noticed that. Hold on, let me get rid of that. There we go. I hadn't noticed that the menu on my camera was still up. Cool. All right, so we're good now. Anyway, so what I was saying is we have supposedly hour and a half event, and they're supposed to talk about obviously Halo Infinite. I'm sure they're going to show some gameplay for Halo Infinite. We know we're going to see Battlefield 2042 on this because they said the gameplay is going to be available on the 13th, and the biggest showcase today on the 13th is going to be Xbox and Bethesda. So I'm hoping to see Battlefield 2042 gameplay. As much as I was disappointed with the reveal, and I don't really know what's going to come out of that game. It looks like it's going to be multiplayer, and they're going to be charging money for things. So I guess we'll see what that is about. Maybe we'll see Starfield from Bethesda. Who knows? They've actually kept it very, very quiet this year compared to other years, because in previous years there's leaks about what might be we might see in their press conference, and this year it's been very quiet. But they're not the only company. Pretty much every company except 2K or Take-Two had their leak, and some of those things seem to be real. For yesterday, the biggest event was Bethesda, Ubisoft, and that was a little disappointed because they came out with all those games that supposedly are going to be coming out that seem to be live service type games. And now we know that they're going to continue just doing expansions for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So if you like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it seems they're going to have content, new content or expansion content for this year, and they said into next year. So that means that there isn't going to be a new Assassin's Creed game for 2022. We're going to have a new Assassin's Creed game, I guess 2023, which is just a while since they've done that, right? Because they usually every year you have the same Assassin's Creed game that comes out. So that was a surprise. It was a surprise too that they are actually going to do expansions, and that they are going to obviously be charging for new skins and uniforms and all that. The biggest reveal was Rainbow Six Extraction. Used to be Rainbow Six Quarantine. That's true. It could be that the fact that consoles are not as available as they were in previous years, that's affecting how developers are going to be their announcements. I'm going. The thing is that this year E3 has been very, very light so far. I mean, they've like I said, Ubisoft has been so far the biggest one, because the first event we had was Koch Media, and that was the worst press conference that I have ever seen for an E3. It's utterly boring, really zero news, a lot of interviews of developers. It was like watching paint dry. Then we had Ubisoft, which had like I said, Rainbow Six Extraction, which seems an offshoot of Rainbow Six Siege. I will say it looks to me more of like a skinned Rainbow Six Siege, and instead of you playing against other players, you play along with other players against AI. But at the end of the day, it's kind of the same concept. You go and you gotta kill the aliens. If your teammates get captured, then you gotta go rescue them. Which I will say that was a pretty cool change in gameplay. You know, that your operators can actually be captured. But the fact that they're going to have operators and you can upgrade weapons and things like that, that, you know, leads me to believe that maybe they will have the same type of game that Rainbow Six Siege is, which is you gotta buy operators, and they have season passes and every season. Which if they do that, and then I will hope that they will just go free to play instead of charging full price for that game. And then they had what was a Rocksmith Plus. If you're familiar with Rocksmith is this game that came out years ago, back when Guitar Hero was popular and all that. And but the difference is that it's supposed to teach you how to play guitar, you know, so you can play with an actual real guitar, unlike the plastic guitar with buttons. So there was a use for it. So they're going to be making that into an actual online platform where you can make music and learn how to play guitar and bass and all that. It's going to be a subscription-based service. They didn't say how much it's going to be, but obviously that, like all those examples, gives you an idea of the way Ubisoft is moving in the gaming business. They're moving into, as I say, a live service gaming company where they're just going to be charging for things. And that's not, you know, I don't think that that's what most gamers want. But yeah, and so I'm really hopeful for what Xbox and Bethesda are going to show today. And obviously what the future of the platform is, now that we're going into next gen, and the commitment that they made a few days ago about having brand new first party games once a quarter. It's sounds really good. So I'm hoping that we're going to see a lot of things in this press conference that we haven't seen in other conferences, because we had like a VR show that was interesting. I had never seen that before. And we had Devolver as well yesterday was a full day. You have Ubisoft, and we had Devolver. Devolver always has their weird, quirky presentation. There's usually like a video or like mini movie. So they had that. And then we had the VR show. Gearbox was also a disappointment. All they talked about was about the Borderlands movie, their upcoming Borderlands movie. They had an interview with Eli Roth, who's the director for the Borderlands movie. They had Kevin Hart in it for like 5 minutes. And it was very light in game. So Godfall, that was the funny thing. Godfall came out for the PS5 as a first party, you know, exclusive for the PS5. But because I guess not many people bought it, or to your point, Sergio, where there's not that many consoles, they are now coming out with Godfall on PS4, because obviously the install base on PS4 is a lot bigger than on PS5. So, you know, that's kind of a business decision where they have to move the game to PS4. And they're also going to add 2 new modes. One is going to be free, and one is going to be an expansion mode, so you're going to have to pay for it. And then like 1 more game or like 2 more games, and that was it for Gearbox. It was really quick. It was like a 28-minute presentation, and like I said, 90% of it was focused on the Borderlands movie. So Yeah, so far it's been an underwhelming E3. So this is this is the hope to save E3 to make it interesting. Yeah, and also Sony isn't going to have an E3 event today. Not today. I mean, during E3, which is weird because you kind of leave it open to Xbox to grab all the news and Nintendo to grab all the news. You know, and Nintendo's also smart. They left a couple days in between Xbox and their presentation, so you know all the Xbox press can kind of die down before Nintendo picks up that press. But yeah, it's weird that Nintendo. I mean, that Sony is like, oh, we're not gonna do E3. You know, like we don't need it. And yes, in a way they don't need it because Sony. I mean, it's really popular. The PS5 is selling out everywhere. It's in high demand. So you know, there's that for the PS5. But at the same time, if you are a PlayStation owner, you're like, well, where are my news? Like, what are you doing for me? What are you doing for the platform that I'm paying money for? You know, and so that's where the disappointment comes, where you're like, well, am I getting any games? Because now that you know that God of War is getting pushed until next year. The most likely Horizon West, I think, is also coming out next year, right? So those two games that were just another like the biggest games that you've been waiting for are like, yeah, you're gonna get them, but you're gonna get them next year. If you're a PS5 owner, you're like, okay, wait, what am I playing this year? Just third-party games? It's an interesting strategy, if you can call that a strategy. Give me a moment, I'll be right back. All right, I have my AC running and I didn't want it to interfere with this. All right, so about 11 minutes away from the start of this. Let me refresh our page, see if there's anything there yet. No, it's still. So of course this is going to be pre-recorded. We're not getting obviously any live E3 events like they did in the past, obviously because of COVID. And I wonder if in the future this is going to be the norm. Like in the future, if this is going to be what they do, if they're going to opt for just doing live, I mean, pre-recorded events, because in reality you don't really need the people there, I guess, just to create the hype and like the atmosphere. But 90% of people watch these events online nowadays, so it probably saves a lot of money to just do a taped E3 presentation or presentation in general than to, you know, get a stage and set it up and seats and people and security and all that. This might be the future of E3. What we're seeing right now, it might be what happens going forward. I mean, I wish it doesn't. I've never been to an E3 in person, so I would really like to go to an E3 event in person. It will be really, really cool to be there and see the booths and all that they do every year. So hopefully next year they'll go back to that. Do you currently play like regular Xbox, or what console do you have? All right, 9 minutes away. Yeah. It's really exciting. So then today we're gonna have this. Then later we're gonna have Square Enix. Later in the day after this, they have the PC show as well today. But I think they're going to. I think Xbox is gonna go over the PC show. So I wonder how many people are going to be watching the PC show because of this. So Xbox One X, that's a good one. I did, now that I have a Series X and like I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty. I got into Call of Duty recently. I can tell the difference in loading times. Like I didn't think it would be that big of a difference, but it's a noticeable difference when I play on my regular Xbox versus when I use that Xbox Series X. It's like, oh my god, this is taking forever. So for if anything, that's the thing that I will say is worth is the loading times, because besides that, there really aren't any games that are taking advantage of the Series X right now. And the PS5, of course, has more like Ratchet and Clank that just came out, and that game looks really, really good. And so that's the worry is also if Xbox is going to do Halo Infinite for the regular Xbox, if that's going to affect performance with the Xbox Series X. Yeah, I didn't get the newer Battlefield. I have the one before where it said Battlefield 1. That one I played for a long time. Actually, I was playing it recently again, and I forgot how massive the multiplayer battles were. And I was playing capture, where like you capture the different zones. It was like the amount of people on the map was just nuts. That was really fun, and I hadn't played it in a while, like in a year, and I picked it up like last month I think, and I started playing it again. That was a lot of fun. So that's why I'm looking forward to the new Battlefield, because of those massive battles, especially if it's going to be 64 versus 64 in a map. And if they have the weather system and all that, it's gonna be crazy. Okay, so it looks like there's some news leaking right now. So it looks like Starfield's going to be an exclusive. To the Xbox. So that's confirmed. Starfield's not coming to the PS5. So the only place to play Starfield is going to be Game Pass and Xbox. Well, not necessarily Xbox, right? Because Game Pass is everywhere. So I guess Game Pass is going to be the place to play Starfield. Well, we have one confirmation so far. And they're going to announce a release date there too. So that's really cool. Let's see, anything else? Come on, any other tidbits? No, seems like that's the only news that has come out so far. Also, possibly the trailer came out. The trailer leaked. But you know what? We're 3 minutes away from that, from the actual event, so we can wait to actually watch it the proper way. So weird when things leak at the very last minute of something. Like they're 3 minutes away from the event, and things just start leaking. I mean, leaking. You know, most likely Microsoft and Xbox put it out there. All right, I'm gonna start getting ready to change us to the presentation. I guess they're gonna have, maybe they'll have a countdown. All right, I'm gonna put up their page right now. All right, here we go. Begin shortly. All right, Microsoft, let's get it going. All right, just waiting now. There we go. Exciting stuff. Coffee. Yeah. Gotta get ready for this because it's gonna be a long one. Hopefully we'll go fast. All systems go. 1 minute. Well, so HaloInfinite is gonna be shown. Also for sure confirmed. Oh, Square Enix was Ordnance. All right, here we go. Good. Xbox Bethesda 2021 showcase. Games showcase. That's why I said they're gonna be focused on games.
20 years. That's how long Xbox has been with us. And like you, this is a moment I always look forward to. I love seeing the new games, crossing my fingers for my favorites to return, hoping for a few surprises. Most of all, though, I love seeing everyone around the world come together and celebrate what games mean to all of us. And I think, you know, this past year, they've meant even more. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you for the support you give us and one another. Xbox is turning 20. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the friendships we've had that whole time. At Bethesda,
20, wow.
We believe video games do one thing better than anything else. They transport us. Through art and technology, there's real magic when you step into a new world and can make it your own. We've traveled the worlds of Elder Scrolls, of Fallout, and now, for the first time in over 25 years, we're creating a new universe.
Oh, Starfield.
Set hundreds of years in our future, it's an epic about hope, our shared humanity, and answering our greatest mystery. It's a game we've dreamt of playing, and it wasn't until now that we have the hardware, the technology, and the team who's hard at work at home to make that dream a reality. We're excited to finally share our first in-game teaser and something to look forward to.
Nice.
Constellation Starship Frontier, we have you on scanners. Performing remote systems check. Helium-3 tanks checked. Seals are intact. We are still go.
They say the wonder is not that the field of stars is so vast, but that we have measured it. You're part of Constellation now. Part of our family. What you've found, it's the key to unlocking everything.
We reach your constellation.
This is all we've been working towards.
Okay, this gotta be a cinematic trailer, right? There's no way
We've
that this
come
is
to the
like
beginning
in
of humanity's final journey.
Prepare for departure. Graviton loop array full. Check. Your space lane is clear.
That's why we're here.
Main engines go. Ignition.
To discover what's out there.
Good luck, Constellation. You are go for launch.
Oh, that's the launch. Did you see that? 11/11/22. November 11, 22. That's when Starfield's gonna come out. Oh, next gen consoles only. Xbox Cloud Gaming. Xbox exclusive. November 11, 22. Boom. Game Pass day one.
It is awesome to share with you for the very first time one of the most anticipated games in the world from Todd Howard and the team at Bethesda Game Studios. A groundbreaking game. And yes, it's exclusive. Welcome to the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase. I am so excited and proud to be here today celebrating games. Because although it's been an incredibly tough year, I am grateful that games have been such an important source of joy and connection. We are committed to forging the next era of gaming, conjuring worlds never before possible, unlocking play across all devices, and delivering the power of games to everyone. And now, we get to share that quest with Bethesda. Not just as partners, but as one team, united in bringing the very best games to more people everywhere. So today, we get to reveal more of what's to come. We have an amazing show, 30 titles, 27 in Xbox Game Pass.
Wow.
And of course, every single console title you'll see today is optimized for Xbox Series X and S, offering next-gen performance, speed, and features. We get to work with the best studios on Earth.
Okay, but when are they coming out?
Right,
that's the question.
Truly riveting. The latest entry in the haunting and evocative franchise created by GSC Game World, Stalker 2. Coming first to Xbox Series consoles and PC.
Okay, I heard Stalker 2, Stalker before, but not.
Targeting 4K
I've never played it
resolution
before.
and ray tracing. Let's take a look at what you'll get to play when it launches next year.
Как спали. Ну, чё там?
Готово.
Ну и пошли они нахрен.
Спасибо тебе. Ты многим сталкерам жизнь спас.
Спасибо.
Ну, давай, малюй картину маслом.
Oh, that looks good. Look at those reflections on the ground.
Вот поэтому я ни в какие разборки и не лезу. Не хочу пулю поймать.
Ну не знаю. Между аномалией и маслиной я уже лучше пулю выберу.
Oh, wow. Hey, this makes me want to play the first Stalker now. What's happened?
Вот ты говоришь, а я прям вижу красоту эту. Не первый год в зоне, вроде примелькалась уже, а каждый день удивляет.
Зона надоесть не может. Говорят, ты знаешь, где вход в фундамент.
Узнаешь мотив?
But this game looks good.
Слышал? Вот это культура! А ты одно и то же по кругу лобаешь.
Сам же просишь. У меня музучилище, если что.
О, месье, прошу прощения. Может, вам к ученым? Профессура. Они вам лабораторию найдут.
Пошел ты. Зря ты так с друзьями. Ты же его на вылазки таскаешь.
Чего-чего, а дружбы в зоне я точно не встречал.
Это верно.
Он мучился?
Нет.
Это хорошо. Он этого не заслужил.
А пулю заслужил. Жаль, что ты так с ним поступил.
Мне тоже. Считаешь, я не думал, как обойтись без его смерти? Она не могла быть свободна, пока он жил. Зато теперь посмотри на нее.
Yeah, I agree. TheAscent.
Я не отдам ее никому. Зона дала мне жизнь. Новую жизнь.
I mean, the acting's
Жизнь,
really
которую
good.
я готов вернуть, если потребуется. Я буду защищать ее. Всегда.
Hey, that looks like that tower in Call of Duty.
Похоже, пора.
И куда ты теперь?
В Припять. Нужно с ним поговорить.
Удачной охоты, Сталкер.
Stalker. Oh, wow. Next year, alright. Next Gen 2. Just going to the Series X and Series S. There's also PC and cloud. So Game Pass pretty much, right? Oh, is this a game Blood? Something.
We're surviving here.
The Left 4 Dead game pretty much.
Surviving's not enough. We've got to fight. No, we don't need to do anything. All right, when was the last time you saw written in any numbers?
So I got to play the beta for this game, and it wasn't as fun as I was expecting it to be. It was very Left 4 Dead. If you play Left 4 Dead, it's pretty much what this game is. And granted, it was beta, and there were only a small amount of modes available to play, but I don't know, it just didn't really grab my attention. they didn't have this on the beta.
Buckle up, buttercups.
We've got one shot. Let's make it count.
Over here!
Wow. So they did have the big monsters, well, not that big of a monster, but like the bigger monsters that you saw before, they did have those on the beta. This one's coming to the Xbox One. So console exclusive, so that means that this isn't gonna be on cloud or Game Pass? Is that what that means? Like not be Sorry. I'll bring it back once the music's over. I don't want to get a copyright strike. Already had to deal with some of those. Okay, so it's going to be a co-op game, open world. Okay, so we're looking at some frozen images of something. Contraband. Never heard of this game before. Okay, that was it. The whole time was just the music playing, so I had to pause it. Sorry. Not pause it, but mute it. So that's not a game that clearly they're working on. Seaofthieves I haven't played. I should give it a try though. People have been saying that the game is a lot better now than it used to be.
An ill wind blows from beyond the horizon. A new danger is coming on the tides. And the one who might stop this ruin, trapped for all forever in the sea of the damned. Now to save the pirate life, you must start by saving the life of one.
Oh, are they making Jack Sparrow?
Didn't realize we had company.
Yeah, they are.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
But I suspect you already knew that.
So Johnny Depp playing Captain Jack Sparrow.
Because of the treasure Jack stole, a darkness followed him here. And if it's not stopped, this world will sink into shadow.
Because something tells me this is going to bring a lot of players into Sea of Thieves.
A new body at last.
All I can do is
are they bringing all the Pirates of the Caribbean characters? Because that guy, the older guy, looked like the actor from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Mermaids. A legion of dead, angry pirates. Oh yes. And now one Davy Jones.
Oh no way! They are.
Well, I believe that now is the perfect time to use these cannons.
A world without the eternal abyss. Is a world that refuses to face the truth. Nothing lasts forever. Destroy that!
Alright, I know they have a cartoony look to the game, but I mean, I wish they would
I don't suppose by
have
there's a second one of those.
Better, you know, a better look. It just
The Sea of Thieves, eh? Bring me that horizon.
I know, a little more detail on the clothing, the hair, things like that. Epic original story. All right. June 22nd. Wow, it's just coming like next week. Or like the week after that, something like that, just right now. Alright, if you're a Yakuza fan, you can play all the Yakuza games. Supposedly Yakuza 3 is coming out too.
Hey, how's it going?
There you go. Like a dragon.
Let's do this!
I mean, Yakuza 3, there's like 20 Yakuzas. I mean like a dragon.
If a Yakuza shows weakness...
This was one of the original Xbox Series X launch titles. You can call it that. I've never played any of the Yakuza games, but
Happy birthday!
they're supposed to be good. Just never really thought of playing. Today, oh wow, Shadow Drop. Shadow, if you can call, yeah, it is a Shadow Drop, right? Because it's available today. YakuzaLikeADragon, Game Pass, available right now. Oh, Battlefield 2042, here we go.
Attention all squads, the Russian troops are falling back. Do whatever you can to secure the sector. We push them back, but not far enough. Do not let them regroup.
Hey, that's from the leak. I did a video on that. Wingsuit. Oh, that too. This is all from that leak that I did a video on this leak like last week, I think it was. Okay, so far it looks like a Battlefield game. Oh, here comes the Twister. That's really cool. You can just get in the elevator like that. Okay, so that's what they're showing is you're gonna be able to change your loadout in the fly. So if you want to change your scope, your attachments, all those things, you're gonna be able to do it on the fly while you play the game. You don't have to wait till your next turn or anything like that. Which I'm so glad that is available, because usually the problem is like you're in the middle of playing something and then you realize, damn it, my gun sucks. But you haven't died, and you're probably going to be able to live for a while, and you just want to change something on the gun. It's so good that you can do it, like if you need to, right? In the middle of the battle. Oh, look at that ship. Oh, this is the rocket. Okay, supposedly this rocket sometimes is gonna go up like it should, other times it's gonna just boom, explode in place. Xbox Series X, Xbox One, Windows PC, October 22nd, 2021. Wait, that means Game Pass? Right? If it's on PC and console,
so,
does that mean Game Pass?
Oh, you know.
I have something to share.
Oh, I really want to play this game.
We're having a baby.
Police, you're under arrest for
I
your
wonder when this
father's
is gonna
murder
come
8 years
out.
ago. What's going on?
When they showed this like 2 years ago, 12 minutes.
All this time?
I should never have
I
told
think this was shown either on E3 2018 or E3 2019.
I know I say this a lot, but I love you.
Yeah.
I say this a lot too.
2 months from now.
Back at you.
I'm definitely getting that game. Xbox Cloud Gaming, Game Pass. Game Pass again. Wow. Game Pass is just, I've said it millions of times. Game Pass is becoming a force to be reckoned with.
The mind is the final frontier of humanity.
I'm ready for anything.
Psychonauts 2.
Time for justice!
The fate of the free-thinking world is in your hands.
I've never played the original Psychonauts, and I think this is going to be on Game Pass, so it's really good because for people like me who didn't play the original, playing, you know, getting into it even with the second one should be good. I wonder if the original Psychonauts is on Xbox right now, Game Pass.
If I can find some bacon.
I'm going to ignore that last part.
August 25th. Alright, it's my sister's birthday. Are we going into Bethesda as part of the show now?
This is usually the moment when I say hello and welcome to the Bethesda E3 showcase. We love that we can share the stage with Xbox this year, and whether you've known Bethesda for 35 years or are just getting to know us, we couldn't be happier to bring you the latest on your favorite games. We started this showcase with my good friend Todd Howard, who gave you a first look at Starfield. Along with Bethesda Game Studios, all of our teams are continuing to work on the projects that have been in development since well before we joined the Xbox family. So rest assured, the games you've been expecting and hoping for are still in the works. And today, we're bringing 10 more titles to Game Pass for a total of 30 Bethesda games. That includes several id Software games, like the award-winning Doom Eternal. If you're looking for another reason to play it, Doom Eternal will be optimized for Xbox Series X and S on June 29th.
Nice.
Powered by id Tech, this next-gen upgrade will be free for everyone who owns Doom Eternal. And on Series X, it will offer improved visuals at 60 FPS with ray tracing, a 4K mode, and an optional performance mode up to 120 FPS.
Look at those.
Or maybe you're in the mood for an RPG, like Skyrim, which marks its 10th anniversary this November. We can't celebrate it without you, so share your favorite Skyrim memories, stories, artwork, and more on Skyrim10.com. Or explore an ever-changing post-apocalyptic wasteland in Fallout 76. Everything you love about Fallout games, custom camp building, rich storylines, warring factions, unique characters,
no matter what
places to discover, you'll find it all here. In fact, Fallout 76 is now one of the most popular games on Game Pass thanks to an incredibly welcoming and collaborative community. Here's a look at what's coming next in Fallout 76.
You keep saying that, but I don't know if that's true. Or maybe I like that you specify that it's Game Pass and not in general. It's a thing.
Guardians of human civilization. Fort Atlas is safe. It came at a great cost.
The Brotherhood must stand united. The super mutant threat takes priority. This proves more than anything the need for our justice.
You're splitting our forces, Shin. The most important thing is finding everyone that has gone missing and returning them home.
So they're making this into a first-person shooter now?
I thought you understood what that insignia meant. You are no paladin of the Brotherhood.
I set this plan in motion, and I am the only one who can stop it.
The Brotherhood of Steel must protect the future of Appalachia and of the world. Your righteous crusade has gone too far.
While it may seem that we are fractured, I believe that we are now stronger than ever. This is a choice that can never be undone.
Still Ring available July 7. All right. I don't know.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, what was that?
Expedition Squad Delta, report. Over. Squad Delta, what's going on out there?
Uh-oh. A remake. Or a
This isn't funny.
remaster, right? Yeah. Fallout 3 remaster. Oh, expeditions next year. All right.
The Wasteland isn't the only open world.
I know
playground
this
with
is
an
what they
amazing
say all the
community.
time, but
The
those
Elder Scrolls
graphics
Online
just
from
look
ZeniMax Online
really,
Studios
really
has now
bad.
surpassed 18 million players and shows no signs of slowing down. Right now, our players are enjoying the new Blackwood chapter, part of the Gates of Oblivion year-long adventure. We've got a lot more to come in ESO, including the conclusion to this epic story later this fall with ESO Deadlands. And with the release of ESO Console Enhanced this Tuesday, the game will deliver a true native experience optimized for the Series X and S.
So Elder Scrolls coming to consoles Tuesday. Elder Scrolls Online, I guess. ESO. Game Pass as well.
It's a new world with new rules. Now nothing is off the table. Winning this battle will take a new breed of fighter.
What is this?
Wait.
Is this Bethesda Fall Guys? Okay, this game looks like it will be fun if for anything for the physics. Well, that's brutal. PartyAnimals next year too. There's a lot of games coming out next year. Not this year, but next year. What game is this?
Stupid boy. I told you nobody gets out of here.
Try and stop me.
Never seen this game before. Roguelike. Okay. Hates. August 13. Game Pass as well. So roguelike, that's kind of like Returnal on PS5, right? Where you die. Sommerville. Game Pass as well. Next year. Okay. So all these games are coming to Game Pass. Next year, though. A lot of games coming next year.
This holiday marks the 20th
Oh, Halo!
anniversary
Here
of
we
Xbox
are. Halo Infinite.
And the 20th anniversary of Halo. To our millions of passionate fans, thank you.
We wouldn't be here without all of you.
Our goal has always
Bonnie
been
Ross.
to bring players together. And for the first time, we're thrilled to offer our entire multiplayer experience to all players across Xbox and PC with no barriers.
Coming to Game Pass.
Halo Infinite multiplayer will be free to play and invite more of you than ever before to become a
What?
Spartan hero.
The rumors were
I'm
real.
excited to be here
Free to
with
play
Joseph
multiplayer.
the creative director
Halo.
of Halo Infinite.
Wow.
From helping craft the original Halo Combat Evolved to leading the fan
Oh,
favorite
no.
Halo 3 ODST, Joseph is a Halo visionary. It is so great to have him back with Halo.
That is
Thank
disappointing,
you,
I
Bonnie.
must say.
And hey, everybody. For us, and I hope many of you, Halo has always been about heroism and wonder, about fighting to keep humanity safe against impossible odds.
Okay, how
in a
are you gonna
beautiful
ruin it?
And mysterious
Tell
sci-fi
us.
world. This is just one part of the Zeta Halo ring, the largest, most wide-open environment we've ever built, and we can't wait for you to explore it.
Okay, so rumors were that they were considering when they held the game back last
Heart
year.
of Halo is Spartan 117, the Master Chief. In the next chapter of the Chief's story, you'll face his greatest challenge yet. But you're not alone in the fight.
Let's shut up for now.
Oh, the main batteries are shut down. We're stuck out here.
Okay, so the rumors were that there was a meeting, and there was a meeting with PhilSpencer, and they had said
it's enough.
So I see.
to release the multiplayer portion of the game by itself. And so the rumors were that probably that portion was going to be a free-to-play game. And my take was, you know... Oh, here's Cortana. My take was that a lot of people play Halo not only for the story but multiplayer, and so that it would be a mistake to do multiplayer by itself. But if it's going to be a free-to-play game, why didn't they just release it?
What happened? Where is Cortana?
The rogue AI known as Cortana is gone. She's been deleted.
How? By you?
Of course not. Did you hit your head or something? Don't you remember? My instructions were to enter this installation, imitate Cortana, and lock her down for retrieval. Yours were to take her back to the Infinity for deletion. So if it wasn't you... Okay then. There's something else. On successful deployment, my deletion routine was supposed to complete. Still here.
Good.
Good.
Something stopped your deletion. We need to find out why.
But this wasn't the mission.
The missions changed. They always do.
Are you sure?
Oh, new Cortana.
Of course, you can't have a Halo game without multiplayer. And on Xbox Series X, you'll be able to enjoy Infinite's multiplayer action at up to 120 frames per second. Finally, I'm very happy to announce that Halo Infinite's first free-to-play multiplayer season and Infinite's story-driven campaign will launch together this holiday.
A new day is upon us. A new generation built to fight.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Together, we are unstoppable.
Free-to-play Halo game.
Ready.
I mean, it looks better than it did before, that's for sure. Okay, so it's the multiplayer portion of the game.
Claim the enemy flag. Return it to base.
Are they gonna show us some story or just multiplayer?
Ordnance drop inbound. Is ours. Please call at your earliest convenience.
This is what I'm a little confused on. So is the story and the multiplayer going to be free to play, or are we going to get story and multiplayer is going to fit together?
Now, show me what you can do.
Okay, so Halo Infinite multiplayer, epic campaign. Huh. So how's this gonna work? Was not expecting that at all to happen. That's like a huge surprise.
A dark figure wanders in the east. He must be stopped at all costs.
Will be resurrected. Who is this? What is this? Oh, so this is a remaster game. What is it, Diablo? Never played a Diablo game, so I don't really know.
This may be our darkest hour, but it will be your greatest moment.
Yeah, Diablo 2. So Diablo 2 Remaster. Or I guess they're calling it Resurrected. What happened to Blizzard?
These things, where do they come from?
From all of us. From what we do to him.
Can you stop it?
I don't know. But he's my brother. And I would die for him.
Those rats? Oh, it is a plague tale. A plague? 2022, alright. I didn't know that a Plague Tale 1 had been that successful. Game Pass as well. Dude, every game is coming up to Game Pass. Alright, what are we gonna look at?
It rings every hour, señor
Oh,
presidente.
Far Cry 6.
Hola, fascista. I recognize that voice. Let me
I
ask you a
recognize
question.
that voice.
When I am dead and Yara is burning, what exactly is your plan? Hold hands, sing songs around the fire?
Sure, I know just the song.
Time you learn about resolver, Danny. To take down Castillo.
Okay, we saw this on the trailer, on the reveal trailer. So you're gonna be able to build your own weapons with different things.
Stealth operation? I got you covered.
And yesterday Ubisoft didn't really say much about Far Cry 6 on their event. They just showed a trailer and that was it.
Taking out a high-value target? I have just what you need. You wanna blow shit up? Juan Cortez at your service. Everyone in Yara saw that shit. What? Wait a second. Who brought the rooster? Hey, whatever you need to get the job done, Danny.
Okay, so you're gonna have the dog. They showed the dog on the first reveal trailer. You're gonna have a rooster now too.
Next time I see you,
there's a dog.
I want to play with that crazy backpack here.
It's a backpack with a rocket. The mortar backpack, right? So it looks like there's gonna be a lot of crafting in this game, but there is always crafting on Far Cry. But it looks like this is going to be a like deeper crafting level than other Far Cry games in the past. Oh, it's that game. Right? What is it called? I've seen the picture of it, but I don't remember the name. I actually have it. I downloaded it to play, but I never got around to playing it. Now I can't remember what it's called. Slime Rancher, that's it. Console launch exclusive.
Welcome back to Shred-ageddon. Here's a new trick. Let's go.
Let's go. Snowboarding game. We haven't had one of those in a while. So, did it say 5-on-5 games? I think I missed that part. Because it looks like they're using the same type of characters. They used to have a football game, but I think you worked on getting touchdowns. For riders,
okay, this is good. This is good. This is really good. Holy spluttering whip!
And they had these characters that just didn't really have much. Oh, this here, no. Like facial expressions or anything. They were just like blobs, and I think they're using the same type of characters here, but they were using it more as a practice of an engine with the football game. And I wonder if that's what they're using on this game. I don't remember what it was called, but it was a football game by 5-on-5 games, if I'm not mistaken. What is this? So you play as that girl? Okay. AtomicHeart. Okay. Play day 1 on Game Pass. But did he say what kind of, when, what? I didn't say anything, right? When it's coming out or anything? So it looks like a side scroller. I like how shiny is the ground. The ground is shiny. It looks cool. Looks like melting snow. Oh, look at the screen move. That's cool. I like how the screen tilts depending on what you're doing. Replaced. Okay, next year. All games are coming next year. We're not gonna have any games this year, I guess. Oh, this is that game. Grounded.
Millions of players.
This is another game that I have on my list to play that I haven't gotten around to play.
Crafting. Fighting.
The game has updates constantly.
Flying things. Now, to celebrate, we present the Shroom and Doom update. It gives the people what they've been asking for.
What have they been asking for?
No, seriously, a lot of people want to sit. Pads for when you get sick of your human companions. And of course, mushrooms. But not those kinds. We've also got something that literally no one.
This game, I thought this game was still in early access. Are they going to officially? Is it officially released yet? Because I thought it was on early access.
You should probably turn on arachnophobia mode. Oh, even her blob scares the shit out of us.
That's so cool.
Go big. Or never go home. Oh, and it looks like we added achievements too. Nice.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so does that mean that it's finally released or still in early access? Because it didn't have achievements because it was on early access. Among Us, okay. Oh, is this coming to Xbox? It wasn't on Xbox already, Among Us? Wow, 15 players. I'm so surprised how popular this game has become. It's such a simple concept, but still, like, it's become super crazy popular. Yeah, the $100,000 chicken nugget that sold because it looked like an Among Us character. It's so crazy. Okay, what is this? There are years and their creeds. Their stories will respond into a force that shapes history. That's my announcement. You will not believe this. Wow. Get ready for a new war. I don't know why I say war. Eiyudenchronicle? Eiyudenchronicle Rising. Never heard of any of these games before. 2023. Wow, that's an early announcement. Console launch exclusive.
You have shown an aptitude for applying lethal solutions to conflicted situations. We wish to test your abilities.
Fight! TheAscent coming July 29th. Alright. Game Pass, of course. I think we should expect every game to be on Game Pass by now. I still can't get over Halo Infinite, alright? I'm still thinking about Halo Infinite and how it's a free-to-play game. And I don't know why they're doing that. To me, it's a big deal. And problem.
Echo across time, turning land into kingdoms and mortals into legends. If history was in your hands, what would you build?
A new Civilization game?
How would you fight?
No. Doesn't look like a Civilization game, but kinda looks like a Civilization game.
What will you be remembered for?
Oh, that's that lady. Joan of Arc. That lady. That's that girl. The fights, you know? Oh, Age of Empires 4. Alright. October 28th.
We begin by hearing an old, wise-sounding voice. And we see a quiet,
oh, Fable?
setting.
This is a new Fable.
This will make our game seem big and important. Now, something must break the serenity. Will this creature be in the game? No. Say goodbye to it forever. Suddenly, and for no reason, people running. These pointless slow-motion shots make everything seem cool and should bolster pre-sale numbers. That wah sound can mean only one thing. We must gaze over an epic shot of a world, and there should be lens flares. Now we see our hero, but only their silhouette, because the developers haven't finished the design, or finished the story, or finished any gameplay that's actually ready to show. In fact, the only thing they have finished is the title.
The Oddworld 2. Alright. Next year. Oh, that's all we got. Okay. Not even a release date. Forza Horizon. Oh no, this is going to be Flight Simulator. That's kind of coming out in July, I think, or like a couple of weeks, something like that. It's coming very soon. Just announced it on Twitter a couple of days ago. I've been wanting to play this game, but I had it on my computer and then I needed the space, so I deleted it because it takes a lot of room. So I'll be happy to play it on my Xbox. And I'm gonna crash a million times trying to fly. I just want to see the different cities. I want to be able to go to the different cities and fly over the different cities. That is going to be the coolest. Like what they're doing right now. That's what I want to do. Maybe crash to one of those mountains. July 27. Yep. Are they adding jets? Free expansion. Hello, Ubisoft. Top Gun Maverick. Wow. Is that gonna be a tie-in with the movie that's coming out this year, right? Maverick's coming out this year. All scenes capturing engine. Alright. Looks really pretty. Avatar the game. That was such a disappointment yesterday at Ubisoft when they showed off Avatar the game. It's like, was anybody asking for this game? I don't think so. Oh, there we go. Is that the actual game? Forza, this is kind of Forza. Wow. No, this has gotta be a cinematic trailer. Oh shoot. Sorry. I don't want to copyright stricken. All they're playing is the music, there's no sound of gameplay or anything, it's just music. So next, later, we're going to have the Square Enix live stream for their E3 conference. And there shouldn't be any issues with the music because they have free DMC free stream. So that's the one I'm going to be doing. So if there's anywhere music like what they're playing right now, I won't have to mute it. Oh, that's cool. You can go into that's a sandstorm. Which Forza is it though? Forza Horizon? Yeah, Forza Horizon 5. Oh, available November. Alright. Available on Game Pass.
Hello, I'm Mike Brown, Creative Director at Playground Games, and I can't wait to show you what we've been working on. Horizon is known for fun, freedom, and beauty. This year, the Horizon Festival arrives in beautiful, diverse Mexico. This is the largest and most diverse open world ever in a Forza Horizon game. And there is no better car to explore it than the stunning AMG Project One Forza Edition. Rendered in unparalleled detail and with ray tracing in Forza Vista thanks to the power of the Xbox Series consoles. I've invited along some of the team to help give you a taste of some of the amazing content that's waiting for you in Forza
we're gonna look at gameplay.
5. Please welcome Bill, Maddie, Sierra, and Don from the Forza team.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, guys, what's up?
Hey, everyone. Hey, what's up, Mike?
Oh, are you guys gonna do that weird talking gameplay thing that supposedly everybody does when they play games?
Bienvenidos a Mexico. I can't wait to show you what we've been working on.
We begin in the rainforest on an expedition. This is a new campaign mode in which you
gameplay,
set out on an adventurous journey across Mexico to explore new locations and discover places for the festival to expand.
I'm on the river now. We're getting close.
There you are. How's the expedition going?
Why do they do that? Nobody talks like that.
Jungle ramming. Doesn't get much better than this. I can see some ruins up ahead.
Bienvenida
Look at how shiny that roof is. So cool.
This city is still a jewel
of Mayan architecture.
That's a peek at our adventurous campaign.
Wow.
But Forza Horizon
The
has always
vegetation
been a
looks
game
really
that's
good
best
too.
enjoyed with others. Let's go and see what some of our other players are up to. The Xbox Series consoles allow us to
Okay, so
capture
this is the
every
desert.
last detail, right down to the individual needles on these cholla cactus. The scene looks real, but there are
It
no
does look
tricks.
real.
This is in-game. Maddie is behind the wheel of the AMG Project One Forza Edition in Mexico's lush, living desert. The perfect
Looks
place
so
to
good.
meet with friends and head out for a drive. Thanks to the next generation of our Horizon Live servers, everyone else we see here are real players. And it looks like Maddie has been joined by some other members of the Forza team.
Oh, okay, let's get ready for some cringe-worthy dialogue.
Let's leave Maddie for a moment and head out to the coast and meet Don.
Thankfully, they didn't say anything.
Don is already on the move, exploring this idyllic seaside town. This is a recreation of Mexico that is honest, authentic, and filled with love. Speaking of, hold up, Don.
Oh, hey, what's up?
This is a mural by Mexican artist Farid Rueda. Just one of the many beautiful, faithful pieces of Mexico you'll find all over Forza Horizon 5.
Also beautiful. Okay. Look at that.
While Don
You
drives
could
down to the
see
beach,
that on that
we'll
shot.
jump
You could
over
see
to
the
Grand
sand on top
Caldera
of the
volcano.
car.
Check out this geology detail, implemented with precision accuracy using photogrammetry data captured on location atop an active Mexican volcano. The entire world has been recreated at this level of detail. And here's Sierra in her favorite off-road.
Dude, that looks
buggy.
really
the volcano
good.
Sierra and friends are exploring is the
And-
highest
and-
point
and-
ever in a Horizon game.
One thing
And
about
thanks to the power of the Xbox Series consoles, from up here we can see for miles in every direction.
So one thing
In the
about
distance, we
racing
can
games
just
is
about make
they're
out
not that.
Guanajuato. Let's take a closer look. Guanajuato is one of the most beautiful cities anywhere in the world. It's a colourful, undulating city full of vibrant architecture. It even has a sprawling network of tunnels. And these twisting, turning, overlapping streets mean that as well as looking good, it plays great.
So
too.
a thing about
As we see here,
racing
as
games
Don
is they're not
challenged
that
in
taxing
Horizon's
on the
open
system,
world
so they can
battle
get away
royale,
with
The
doing these
Eliminator.
graphics and all this.
While Don
But
tries
still,
to win that
you know,
race,
even
the rest of our players
with
are still
that,
out
that
exploring
game looks
this diverse
really
open
good.
world. Let's head north to the canyon. The Horizon series is known for its uplifting
Like, it does
beauty.
look realistic.
And using our unique HDR camera rig, we captured 24-hour shoots of real Mexican skies at 12K resolution. And thanks to the Xbox Series consoles, these photorealistic skies result in lifelike lighting that dynamically changes every frame, making you feel like you're really there.
Like if you were looking at this on a TV, like on a
Here's Maddie
4K
again. She's
TV,
joined by
calibrated
Abraham
and
some
everything,
other
it
members
will
of the
just look
team.
like a
Our players are
regular,
using Forza Link,
like a
the new
picture,
AI
like,
assistant
you know?
that intelligently tracks the status of you and the people you meet online, and then helps you link up and play together. We'll now head deep into the rainforest and rejoin Bill and the rest of our players. Here we see our new volumetric lighting system filling the scene with God rays as the sunlight dapples through the dense rainforest. A Horizon arcade minigame is about to start. Forza Link knows that Bill loves minigames, so it intelligently prompts Sierra to invite Bill. Bill accepts, and they're seamlessly linked together with their GPS route set. With that Horizon arcade minigame starting soon, all of our players are coming together. This minigame is called Piñata Pop, signaled by the Horizon
Hey, they look
cargo
like
plane
the
dropping a payload of piñatas.
Viva Piñata
Ooh,
game.
over this way.
Piñatas.
Gotta catch up to you guys.
Our players now have to work together to find and pop as many as they can.
Okay, go up here to the left. There's loads along the main road.
That's
Here I
cool.
go.
They're giving you a
I'll take a
lot
look
to
at the
do
bushes
more
here.
than just racing.
There's stuff between the houses.
I mean, not that other Horizon games haven't done this before, but it is
While the team grab those last few
a
piñatas,
really good idea.
we're going over to the stadium because I have one more thing to show you.
One more thing to show you.
This is Event Lab, the incredible new toolset that allows you to create your own races, game modes, and gameplay experiences.
Wow.
You customize everything.
So they have
right
a
down to
Forge.
the fundamental rules.
Forge on Horizon now. Forza Horizon 4. That's cool.
Forza Horizon 5
That
is
car
the
looks
largest,
so good,
most
though.
fun, and most beautiful open world we've ever built. And it will truly be an astounding showcase for the Xbox Series consoles when it comes to Xbox Game Pass this November.
I really want to try it out. Like, I'm not a huge fan of racing games,
later this year.
But this looks really, really good.
Team Xbox
is
on a mission to bring the joy and community of gaming to everyone on the planet. That's why you, the gamer, are at the center of everything we do. Today, we showed you 30 games. 27 of them will be available on Xbox Game Pass. Now, through the end of the year, you can look forward to back-to-back monthly releases landing day one on Game Pass, led by 5 new titles from Xbox Game Studios, as well as highly anticipated games like Back 4 Blood, 12 Minutes, and TheAscent. And as we look ahead to next year, I'm inspired by the creativity of Bethesda and Xbox Game Studios.
Wow.
We showed you the highly anticipated RPG Starfield.
Well, kind of showed us, you know, it didn't show us a lot.
But we also have some of the industry's best RPG storytellers working on Avowed, Fable, The Elder Scrolls Online, Fallout 76,
oh, they didn't show
The Outer Worlds 2,
Fable.
and Elder Scrolls 6. We unveiled the stunning multiplayer mode for the world's most beloved shooter in Halo Infinite.
Yeah, so you made it free to
adding
play.
the roster of iconic Xbox shooters alongside Wolfenstein, Gears of War, Perfect Dark, and Doom.
Oh, we didn't get any Perfect
premiered
Dark
the
news
most
either.
epic open-world racing game, Forza Horizon 5, bringing you a vibrant and authentic depiction of Mexico in a game built from the ground up for next gen, while the team at Turn 10 is hard at work on the next Forza Motorsport. Our growing family of 23 studios is devoted to advancing the medium we all love. Xbox has been here for 20 years, and that's because of you. Our team strives to make Xbox a place where you'll find the greatest games,
They're gonna do one more,
the most
right? One more
dedicated
thing.
developers,
They gotta do that.
and the most passionate community. Together, we all make Xbox the best place to play. Before I go, there's one more thing.
Yeah, boy!
Take a look at this brand new original game from the Arcane team at Bethesda, the studio that created Prey and Dishonored. Arcane created something new for them, an open-world immersive shooter that you can play alone or with your friends. And like Starfield, this game will be an Xbox exclusive.
Oh my god. Okay, so we're gonna get, I guess, just a trailer, right? Like a cinematic trailer. I don't think they have any gameplay to show yet. If it's a game that's just showing up for the first time ever. And I'm talking over it because there's music in the background that can get me copyrighted, and I hope that if I talk over this long enough that I won't have to worry about it. So, okay.
Make yourself useful.
What is this thing? Alright.
So,
mysterious guy.
Right?
That's your cue, mate.
Sleep tight.
Zombies?
Reminds me of my time in the Himalayas.
later, Dad.
You think they can't kill you anytime they want?
Okay, so squad-based shooter. No, or multiplayer, I guess. PvP.
How do we always get into this
In the field in Redfall, Massachusetts. Behind me, we are witnessing clear signs of cult activity as the locals engage. Hey!
don't need to know what happened. Layla, you with me? Get me on the roof now.
Thank you, Layla. You're the best. Oh, Jacob, don't even mention it.
Robin! Now and ever!
Okay, so is the cult gonna be AI control?
Give me a taste. That's bad.
Bloody hell.
Taste this, cabrona!
Okay, so vampires, clearly.
Ow! Jacob, there's something. Oh shit. Dev's gonna love this one.
I mean, looks good, but you know, it's cinematic trailer, so.
Yep. Don't miss.
Don't touch me!
Look! A new one!
Always kind of hold expectations until the actual gameplay is revealed.
I think there's vampire in this.
Really? What does it taste like? Be specific.
Like blood and death and strawberry.
Sun's coming up. Let's keep moving.
Alright, so it looks like you're gonna be fighting vampires. And
Do you think things will ever
I don't know
go
what
back to
else.
normal?
Would you want to go back to normal?
So next year or
Not if I still have to
2023?
pay my student
When
loans.
is this coming out? 2022, 2023. Oh wow, look at that thing. It's Redfall, summer 2022. Alright, next year. So then we should expect to see some gameplay maybe December. Of course, Game Pass. That's it. That is the show. So the thing is that I'm gonna pause it in case they copyright this or mute it. Sorry. So it looks like Halo Infinite, biggest news, is going to be a free-to-play game. Right? That is, I think, the biggest news that we can take out of this whole presentation. Halo Infinite, free-to-play game. It looks like the story is also going to be a free-to-play game. Totally, from story to multiplayer. I mean, I didn't really understand because they didn't really make it clear, in my opinion, if you're going to get the story to pay for and then free-to-play multiplayer. It's kind of something that I didn't really understand there. A lot of games come in 2022, not many games coming out this year. So we have Battlefield 2042 obviously coming out this year, Halo Infinite coming out this year, expansion for Fallout 76, expansion for Sea of Thieves, this new game Redfall next year, Starfield next year. Now we have the release date for June. I mean June, what am I talking? November of next year, November 11. Forza Horizon coming out this year as well. A lot of Game Pass games, 27 Game Pass games coming out. That's an incredible amount of games. Oh, Stalker 2 next year as well. I think I'm gonna do a whole video just going over everything that was announced separately from this video. But so now that it's over, I'm just going to go here and bring me full screen. There we go. All right. So that was Microsoft, Xbox, Bethesda E3 2021 game showcase. Lots of games, total of 30 games, as I said, 27 games coming to Game Pass day 1. And I'm gonna go back here, maybe I can bring it up and freeze it when PhilSpencer was talking and he was showing what they have, the 27 games, and pretty much like the calendar. Let's see if I can bring it here. There we go. So right here, I'm gonna make me small. Now we can take a look at it. All right, so we have YakuzaLikeADragon, which is the Yakuza game today on Game Pass. Then we have on June 22nd, Dark Alliance, July 20th, TheAscent, August 13th, Hades, August 19, 12 minutes. That I'm looking forward to, 12 minutes. And all of this is Game Pass, all right? All these games Game Pass. September 17th, what is that? Aragami 2. Then we have Sable on September 23rd. Then on the fall, we have Scorn. Oh, Scorn is a game that's been in development for a few years. I've seen the trailer, it looked fun. I wonder if we're going to get any sort of event before fall, because we have Scorn. Then we have Anacrasis, I think it's called, which is a new game that was shown on Ubisoft yesterday. Then we have Back for Blood on October 12th. Then December we have Shredders, Among Us. Sometime then, Hello Neighbor 2, The Gunk. July 27th, Flight Simulator. August 25th, Psychonauts 2. October 28th, Age of Empires 4. November 9th, Forza Horizon. And then we have Halo Infinite on the holiday, but it's going to be November for Halo Infinite. So we have all those games coming to Game Pass, and that's a crazy amount of games for the price of what, $15 if you have Game Pass Ultimate. Yeah, so like I said, it was a good show. They showed a lot of games. I was a little disappointed with the Halo Infinite news. Looking forward to Forza Horizon 5, looking forward to Flight Simulator as well. So yeah, that's it for this. Up next is going to be Square Enix, and that is going to start, let me take a look here because I don't remember the times. Square Enix is going to start at 3:15, so in about another 30 minutes. I'll probably start the stream at 3 o'clock, so in about 20 more minutes, going to take a 20-minute break, then going to Square Enix. And I don't really know what we're going to see at Square Enix, but I'm looking forward to Square Enix as well. So I want to thank you very much for watching the stream. If you were a part of it, thank you for coming and supporting the stream. I also want to say thank you if you are watching this video later. Go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. Hit that bell so you can be alerted every time we have new videos. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. I appreciate every single one of you. And that's it for Xbox E3. Look out for another separate video where I'm going to break down every single thing that came out with more details and stuff that I can find. I don't know if it's going to happen, if it's going to be out today. It probably won't be out until tomorrow, Monday, but stay tuned for that video. All right. So I want to thank you very much for watching. Bye.